Welcome back, everyone, to the Abundance Formula podcast. Glad to be back. Had to take a brief hiatus. We've just been so slammed, traveling, busy. Yesterday, we went to a wedding that was about 3.5 hours away. And since we had so much work to do prior, we didn't like spend the night up there. So we literally woke up early, drove up for the family member's wedding. Malia was the flower girl, did the wedding, drove back another 3.5 hours, and got back really late. Then Malia had her first kindergarten field trip today on Friday, early. And it was also over an hour away from the house. So just like so many things like that on just the family side of things. And then business has just been really busy. It's coming to the end of the year. And if any of you guys are entrepreneurs, or even if you're not, like work gets really, really busy towards the end of the year. My practitioner job is super busy, seeing a lot of patients. Everybody's, met their deductibles. So people want to come get their medical stuff. So it's just been slammed. There's some new projects I'm working on that I'm excited to announce in the future, but just not quite yet. So there's just a lot of great things going on, but just so much chaos. And so the topic for today's quickie episode actually was kind of a little brief aha moment I had of where it was like 5 a.m. and I was getting in my weightlifting session, and I'm still trying to figure out in this new season of life that we're in, where Malia's in kindergarten now 5 days a week, and Sailor's in pre-K as well. They're not the same schools. So schedules have shifted. It's even busier because they've got even more extracurriculars on there. And so it's kind of changed my season. And so as far as even health and fitness goes, I'm still trying to figure out how that routine's working. I've kind of honed in the workouts. I'd really have to get them in at like 5 a.m. or early, but I haven't figured out my cardio because it's just hard to get it in later in the day if I don't do it early. But to do it early, I have to get up like ridiculously early all the time, and so it's like, man, do I really need to be getting up at 4 a.m. so I can get cardio and workouts? I haven't quite nailed it in. I'm still playing with that. So all of that to say before this workout, I'm saying that ahead of time to say just in regards to this particular topic, I feel I haven't honed it in yet and I'm just kind of all over the place with it. So I made myself get up and I was doing this workout at 5 a.m. and was super tired, really didn't want to do it. I did do it anyways, but even when I did do it, it just like it felt like a crappy workout. I was just kind of, had those feelings where you want to say, was that even worth doing? Should I have just slept an extra hour? Did that literally do anything? And of course, in your brain, like, I know doing something's better than nothing. And that's kind of one surface level thing to know, like doing something's better than nothing. However, then I had this little aha moment that really translates to any area in life. And that's what I wanted to talk about today. So I kind of had this aha moment that I was like, you know what? I did the workout anyways. And even though it was not my best workout, say, for example, but I thought, there's a lot more muscles at play than what I'm literally working as far as literal muscle groups in that sense. There's so many mindset muscle groups that really got worked with the action of me doing the thing anyways, even if it wasn't great as far as physically, mentally, it was massive results, especially over time and in applying to all other things. So in moments like that, whether it's health and fitness related or your work or your family, we're making decisions every day. And so the muscles I realized I was working in that particular scenario in reference to, say, the workout was the mindset muscles that got a massive workout was to overcoming obstacles, staying determined, staying disciplined, keeping promises to myself, not developing self-sabotaging behaviors, to, the power of follow through, doing things that are good for you, even when it doesn't feel good in the moment. So not just living your life based off your feelings, but off of like just logical knowing, like this is something I need to do, like this is a new busy season of life, and if I don't learn to just make myself do this even when I'm not gung-ho about it, then I will not be in the kind of shape I want to be, because this is life at this moment. So I've got to find a way to make it work. So those are all muscles that were highly exercised. That exercise was a great exercise, and it doesn't feel good. Like those are really the hardest ones to work, those mindset muscles, those discipline muscles, those integrity character muscles. So it was kind of this aha moment, like those are things I knew, but I hadn't thought about that in a long time. And a lot of times we want to think about on that surface level surface level of like, okay, I know this is good for me in the long run. Doing something's better than nothing, which is true. But when it really gets hard and when we really have to dig deep is the times we have to remember that it is not whatever it is in front of us at the moment that we're overcoming. It's not pointless, especially if it ended out you did it anyways, but it was messy or it wasn't your best, whatever. It's never pointless because in that overcoming journey, you're becoming something more, and those muscles are imperative to living a successful and abundant life, and they are highly necessary. And the people that are living out their dream life are the ones that know that and hold on to that and don't believe the lies that we can tell ourselves in our head, like, oh, I just might as well not even do this. If it's not going to be like really good, I might as well just not do it. Right. So that was just a little aha moment I had the other day when I was up at 5 a.m. going to do this workout, and the workout did not feel great, but I found a lot more peace, and I beat up on myself way less, and slash I stopped at that moment because I was like, you know what, I actually did have a workout. It was on something different, and it was on something that's absolutely imperative and translates even more than my fitness muscles, my physical muscles, into all these other aspects of life. Because when you start exercising those kinds of decision-making habits, they translate into everything else you do professionally, spiritually, with your family. All these things gain benefit from the working of those reps. So whenever you come to those hard times, I just want to encourage you, if you've been beating up on yourself lately, feeling like you're falling short, like you're not doing enough, is if you know you're trying to the best of your capacity right now, even if it feels like below your own standard, then just have peace in knowing that continuing to follow through with whatever you can and to the best of your ability at this time is doing some serious reps on these other deeper character traits that you have, and it's all for greater purpose. So I hope that can comfort any of you today that maybe have been feeling that way. It's easy to feel that way at this time of season. Maybe you've done well at the beginning of the year and just think, like I said, everything starts speeding up at the end of the year, and it's easy to just start feeling like you're falling short at this time of year. So I just want to give you kudos for pushing through anyways, whether it's a workout or hard business decisions or making that extra space for family time and playing with your kids even when you're tired, even if you felt like it was a really uncreative, non-Instagram worthy game with your child, but like just giving them even 15 minutes of focused time, whatever it was. Like, I see you, and you are working valuable muscles in yourself that is going to translate into so many other areas of your lives and are so beneficial beyond that very temporary moment and maybe that temporary physical performance level. So that's just the quickie I wanted to share today because it's really helped me look through a different lens. And it's a big deal what lens you look through your life in. It's very easy to lack gratitude for the life that you have when you're looking through the wrong lens. It's just what it is. When your focus is too narrowed in on a negative side of things, that's literally all you can see. You can't see everything else outside of that lens. So opening up and expanding that lens is really important. So hopefully that could do that for you today. So thanks so much for tuning in. Make sure to tune in next week. I've got some really great guests that are lined up, like I've been telling you for several weeks now, because it's been a while since I've had a guest on. I've got some great guests coming up, but this takes scheduling ahead of time for the guests and to coordinate our schedules and all of that. So things are on the books and they are coming out soon. So make sure that you stay tuned. And also, I'm speaking for a women's retreat in Belize, February 2 through 8. And this is a women's retreat that's on building influence. And that's not necessarily just in a social media business side of things. This is just life influence, purpose, all that. So if something like that interests you, feel free to shoot me a message at oldhamstrong.com, oldhamstrong@gmail.com, or you can shoot me a message on Instagram, Jeana_Oldham. I'm doing this retreat with Whitney Weiser Savage. She's been on here multiple times. She's actually going to come on as a guest as well. And we're going to talk some more about Belize because we literally have one single spot left, only one spot left. So make sure that if you want to snag that and at a really great price, that you message either one of us and we can chat with you about it. But yes, it's going to be an amazing retreat. Belize is gorgeous. I spoke for this retreat. It'll be 2 years ago by the time we have this retreat again in February. And it was absolutely amazing. Lifelong friends with every other woman that attended the event. it's an amazing time. It's a time to especially start your year off with, because it's making you get really intentional about your life, looking at your life and where do you want to take your life, and how do you build that image of what your mission and vision is to spread to the world, and how that can look and how to do it, and how to live it out and how to balance it with everything else you have going on. And of course, to get in touch with and connect with other women who have greater aspirations than just existing, but living their life on purpose. So that's really what this event is about, is living your life on purpose and knowing that everywhere that you are in your life, physically or online, you are a brand, you are an image that people see, you are an experience that people have. And whether that's a monetized one or it's not, or it's a give back one, it's all part of your legacy and it's what you stand for. And what do you want that to be? And if you get really clear on it, then you feel a lot more empowered and fulfilled in your life to not just be existing, but living on purpose. So that's kind of some of the things that we'll be working on and developing on this retreat. So anyways, thanks for joining us, and make sure to share this episode if it was helpful, and I'll catch you on the next one. Talk to you later. Bye.